Today we're going to be propagating one of my Monstera plants and show you guys how easy it is to multiply your mother plant so you can even potentially profit with it. I got some rosy soil right here. I'll have a link in my bio. You can go check them out and use the code gardening in small spaces. But instead of using spaces in the name, just use underscore. So it's gardening in small spaces with all underscores. So when you're propagating a Monstera plant, you want to make sure you cut below the node. So see this thing right here? This is an aerial root. So you want to find the aerial root and cut below that. That's probably most likely where the node is going to be. So just to show you, we've done a couple already. So here's one nice looking plant. And then here's a second one. These are all cuttings we took from the mother plant right here. I started growing this plant earlier in the year, and it was about this size when I started growing it, and now it's like getting a lot bigger. So we're breaking it up into smaller plants by adding some cuttings and doing some propagation with it. So let's go ahead and start, I guess. Again, you guys can click on the link in my bio. Rosy soil, that's what we're going to be using today. We're propagating into soil. You can also propagate into water too. You got to make sure you cut below the node. So here's a node and I cut below it. So that's one. Find a good one. I don't want to cut the main stem of this plant. Let's see. I think right here we good. Let's cut that. To give you guys a closer up look of what a node looks like. This is the node, so we want to plant this part into soil. So again, we're using rosy soil, great organic type of soil that I'll have the link in the description. So while you're adding your soil to your container, you want to make sure you keep it moist. I've got my hose right here, a mist. So as I'm adding the soil to the pot, we're gonna add a little bit of water to keep this nice and moist, because you know we need it moist in order for the plant to propagate properly. And you know you can even profit from this. Take your cuttings and sell it on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace. You know, sell it locally to make a little profit on your mother plant. Something that you guys can consider doing.
Hey, so somebody asked, is that a garden tower?
Yeah, that's called a green stalk vertical garden tower. But in the spring we're going to do some onions in it. Just one onion plant per section. There's 30 slots in the whole thing. So I have my soil in my container. We have my cutting. So it's really simple, guys. All you gotta do is put your finger in there and then put the cutting in there and add a little extra soil in there. Just bury that aerial root into the soil. And already from this one plant, we have 3 new plants. I'm trying to get it in the middle. Maybe add a little bit more soil to this other side. But after you guys have put your cuttings into your soil, you want to keep these plants in a humid space. I don't keep these plants outside. They're house plants, so they go inside in a humid area of your house by a window that has some nice bright indirect sunlight. So these are go inside. It's just that it's easier to show you guys how to do these cuttings outside like I'm doing right now. Yeah, as you see so far, I've got 3 plants. I'm going to work on another. So I've got this other cutting right here. I want this cutting, or I want to take a new cutting. See what else we can find from this plant. Trim it up a little bit. See, this is a younger part of the plant I can cut. So we got a little node down here. Let's cut that one. So here's the node, so it can grow some new growth from right here. Let's see. Let's cut that. We don't need that leaf. Cut that. So again, you see the arrow root starting to form right here. So that's the part we want to have in soil. Again, if you're just joining, this is Rosy Soil. It's an organic soil. I have the link in my description where you can go ahead and check them out. You might be able to find them in your local nursery. If you live around Houston, Texas, or Sugar Land, go to Enchanted Gardens. They're in Richmond, and they carry Rosy Soil at their nursery. Again, as I'm adding new soil to this pot, I want to keep it moist by adding some fresh water. I'm making a mess right now, so that's why I'm doing this outside and not inside with where I'm going to keep these plants. As you can see, it's really easy to make multiple new plants with your older mother plant, and you can even profit and sell these locally to other gardeners or houseplant enthusiasts. Just got that in there, add a little more soil. So again, once you add your cuttings add your cuttings to soil, you want to keep these in a sunny area inside your house. They need humidity. You can even use a grow light if you don't have enough natural light coming into your house. So that's an option too. You can find some really decent, inexpensive grow lights on Amazon that I use for some of my plants. Really pat down your soil so you don't have any air pockets in your new plants. But there we have it. We have 4 new plants from just one mother plant, and that's how easy it is to propagate and take cuttings from your original Monstera plant and make some new ones and potentially sell them locally online. Alright guys, we're calling it wraps. Don't forget to check out that link in my bio for Rosy Soil.